Now let's get started. The very first piece of art, I have no idea. My country, Japan, has a very long history of about, thousands of years, almost 10,000 years. And, some researchers have discovered some figurines, human-shaped dolls, which are made of clay. And they are estimated to be around 10,000 years old. And if those, figurines count as pieces of art, then I'm pretty sure they are among the first creations in Japanese art history. They kind of represent women, so they have round bodies, probably in the hope of having many healthy babies. Oh boy, how has art changed? I would say, historically speaking, Japanese artists and creators have been focusing on nature. The art subjects in Japanese art history have been almost disproportionately nature, butterflies, mountains, the sky, the moon, snow, something like that. But in contemporary art in my country, creators can create things based on almost anything that they see. Even like technological devices can be a subject of art. Yeah, or of course people themselves, architecture, even like food, like cooking, can be a piece of art. I have never thought of that. I would say, well, there have been numerous artists, especially like watercolor painters in Japanese history. So I don't necessarily wish that there had been even more artists in my country. But I kind of wish that Japanese artists in the past had created more paintings or scrolls depicting, ordinary people's lives, because there's hardly any documentation about, how ordinary people used to live like 1,000 years ago or 2,000 years ago. We do have, many like portraits of, emperors or, war leaders, but not many, representing ordinary people's lives. So I kind of wish that we had many more such paintings. What did you think of my answers? Now let's learn some advanced vocabulary from my answers so that you can use it in your tests. Historically speaking, historically speaking, historically speaking. This is a phrase usually placed at the beginning of a sentence. This means as history shows or according to history. Historically speaking. By the way, let me test you on these two adjectives, historic and historical. Do you know the difference? They sound similar, but they are not the same meaning. First, historic. Historic means historically valuable. So for example, a historic building is a building that is very old, and probably some important event happened in there. So the building should be preserved for as long as possible. On the other hand, historical means just related to history. So for example, historical research is research about history. Got that? Have been almost disproportionately nature. Disproportionately. Disproportionately. This is such a long word, isn't it? Disproportionately. Disproportionately is the same meaning as mostly or largely. For example, the members are disproportionately men means most of the members are men. Disproportionately. But, in contemporary art, contemporary, contemporary. Contemporary means recent. Contemporary. By the way, do you know the difference between contemporary times and modern times? They are not exactly the same. Well, there's no clear definition of each term, but basically, modern times cover a longer period. So let's memorize this way. Contemporary times are approximately the last 100 years, while modern times are longer, the last 500 years or so. Got that? Alright, thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned a lot from my responses. Good luck on your test. Bye bye.